Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. What would Yellowstone's ending have looked like if Kevin Costner hadn't left the show? Yellowstone has sadly come to an end after the season 5 finale, and it all happened without Kevin Costner's John Dutton IVA, since the actor exited the show in 2023. If Costner had stuck around for the second part of Yellowstone season 5, things might have been a lot different. However, the neo-Western drama TV show created by Taylor Sheridan and John Linson has seemingly concluded, unless the rumors about Yellowstone season 6 still happening are true, and John's story is over. The Yellowstone season 5, part 2 premiere revealed that John died presumably by suicide, but viewers and Beth knew that wasn't the truth. In reality, Sarah Atwood hired assassins to kill John. They staged it as a suicide, and it wasn't until Kayce pushed the medical examiner to take a second look at his father's body that the police changed his cause of death. Detective Dillard reopened John's case, and after Sarah died, all eyes were on Jamie. Ultimately, Beth helped complete John's story when she murdered Jamie during the finale and told Dillard the truth, aside from her brother's death, of course. One of the biggest what-ifs concerning Kevin Costner's exit from Yellowstone is if the show would continue after season 5 if John was still in the picture. Once Costner announced his departure, Paramount quickly reported that Yellowstone would end after season 5. Consequently, many believed that the two announcements were connected. Perhaps Paramount believed that losing the face of the series was a death sentence for Yellowstone, and they canceled it. The fact that the two reports were released back-to-back certainly doesn't feel coincidental after all. Taylor Sheridan reportedly had a 7-year plan for Yellowstone. He had an idea about how it would begin and how it would end once it hit 7 seasons. So fans previously thought that meant the neo-Western drama series finale would come at the end of season 7. Once Costner left, though, that plan was suddenly thrown out the window and the story's timeline was sped up because of Yellowstone's cancellation. By all accounts, it certainly seems like Yellowstone wouldn't have ended after season 5 if Costner didn't leave the TV show. Yes, Yellowstone's ending was certainly accelerated due to Kevin Costner's exit. However, John's death would eventually have happened even if the actor didn't leave the series. It was inevitable. During an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Taylor Sheridan hinted that John's fate was always to die. Then, following the airing of Yellowstone Season 5, Episode 14, executive producer and director Christina Alexandra Voros told TV Insider flat out that Sheridan always planned on killing John. Costner's character's death wasn't a matter of what, more so it was a matter of when and when. Voros explained, "It makes sense that John's fate in Yellowstone was always to die. But based on Sheridan and Voros' comments, the way John died and when likely had to change once Costner exited the neo-Western drama series following the season 5, part 1 finale. Given that Costner would still be around, John certainly wouldn't have been killed off in the Yellowstone season 5, part 2 premiere. Perhaps he would have died differently, too." Sarah hiring hitmen to murder John made sense for the story's structure and all the pieces that Sheridan could work with. However, with Costner available, Sheridan might have thought of a different way to kill his character. John could have died of a heart attack or been murdered by someone else. The Yellowstone showrunner also would likely have waited much longer, until season 7, to incorporate the Dutton family's patriarch's death. Whatever the case, it's evident that Costner's exit forever changed the course of the show. Similar to John dying, the Dutton family leaving the Yellowstone Dutton Ranch by the end of Yellowstone was always in the cards. Giving the land back to Chief Thomas Rainwater and the people of the Broken Rock Reservation was also a certainty, even if Kevin Costner hadn't exited the Paramount Network series. Those who watched 1883 knew that this would be the ranch's fate. It didn't matter if Yellowstone ended after season 5 or ran for a couple more seasons. The story was always going to conclude with the Duttons losing their land. During 1883's ending, James Dutton searched for a place to bury his daughter's Elsa body and came upon Paradise Valley. Spotted Eagle gifted James the land, but warned him that in 7 generations, his people would rise up and take it back. Just like Spotted Eagle's prophecy from 1883 stated, Chief Rainwater and the members of the Broken Rock Reservation acquired the land. The acclaimed television series *Yellowstone* has captured the imaginations of millions, thanks in no small part to Kevin Costner's masterful portrayal of John Dutton, the steely patriarch of the Dutton family and owner of the sprawling Yellowstone Ranch. Costner's exit from the show left fans speculating about what could have been had he stayed to see the series to its conclusion. Let's take a creative journey into an alternate reality where Costner remained at the helm, delivering a finale as gripping and layered as the legacy of the Duttons themselves. The opening sequence, A Dawn of Reckoning. The finale begins with a panoramic shot of the Yellowstone Ranch at dawn. Rolling mist clings to the rugged Montana landscape, the golden light of morning illuminating the vast expanse of the Duttons' domain. John Dutton, weathered but resolute, stands on the porch of the ranch house, coffee cup in hand. His eyes scan the horizon, reflecting both pride and an unshakable weariness. He knows this day will bring finality, a reckoning for decades of choices that have defined his family's place in the unforgiving West. Beth's redemption arc. Beth Dutton, Kelly Riley, fiery and ruthless as ever, has spent much of the series enacting vengeance against those who threaten her family. In this alternate ending, Beth's arc takes a surprising turn. After an intense confrontation with Jamie, Wes Bentley, who has spiraled into self-destruction, Beth decides to save her brother rather than destroy him. This decision is catalyzed by a heartfelt conversation with John, who tells her, "The land is worth fighting for, but it's the people you fight beside who make it matter." Moved, Beth chooses to extend an olive branch, setting the stage for an uneasy but hopeful truce within the family. This act of redemption doesn't come without cost. Beth's vulnerability is exposed, but it also makes her more human, a poignant conclusion to her tumultuous journey. Jamie's final stand. Jamie, whose betrayal has hung over the series like a storm cloud, finally reaches his breaking point. Torn between his allegiance to the Duttons and his desire for independence, he confronts his adoptive father one last time. In a harrowing scene by the river, Jamie pleads for understanding, admitting that he's always felt like an outsider in the family. John's response is unexpected. Instead of anger, he offers a moment of vulnerability. "You've always been my son, Jamie, but being my son comes with a price you've paid 100 times over." This moment of reconciliation is bittersweet, as Jamie ultimately decides to leave the ranch, charting a new path for himself. His departure feels like both a loss and a liberation, a testament to the complex dynamics of the Dutton family. Rip Wheeler's loyalty rewarded. Rip Wheeler, Cole Hauser, the stoic enforcer of the Duttons' will, has been a fan favorite throughout the series. In the finale, Rip's loyalty is tested as he faces off against market equities in a brutal showdown to protect the ranch. In a nail-biting sequence, Rip and a small team of ranch hands fend off hired mercenaries in a high-stakes battle that takes place in the rugged terrain of the backcountry. Emerging victorious but battered, Rip returns to the ranch to find John waiting for him. In a rare moment of tenderness, John embraces Rip like a son, acknowledging his unwavering dedication. "You're not just part of this family, Rip. You're part of this land. And as long as this land stands, so will your legacy." This emotional payoff cements Rip's place in the Dutton dynasty. The fight for the ranch. The crux of the finale revolves around the battle to save the Yellowstone Ranch from encroaching developers and corporate greed. John, with the help of Beth and Kayce, Luke Grimes, orchestrates a last-ditch effort to secure the ranch's future. Leveraging his political connections and the ancestral claim of the Broken Rock Reservation, John devises a strategy that not only protects the ranch, but also ensures that it remains a sanctuary for generations to come. In a climactic courtroom scene, John delivers a stirring speech about the importance of preserving the land's legacy. This ranch isn't just dirt and fences, it's history, it's sacrifice, it's the soul of everyone whose blood to keep it alive. His words resonate deeply, swaying the court in favor of the Duttons. The victory feels earned, a testament to their resilience and unity. #Kayce's vision fulfilled. Kayce's journey throughout the series has been marked by a search for balance between his role as a husband, father, and protector of his family's legacy. In the finale, Kayce's spiritual visions come full circle as he finds clarity about his purpose.